What's good, everyone? Welcome to the PWD channel where we discuss professional wrestling. In today's video, I'm talking about the March 27th, 2023 episode of Monday Night Raw, the Go Home Show, the final Monday Night Raw before WrestleMania. WrestleMania is this weekend, Saturday, April 1st and April 2nd. I am beyond excited for WrestleMania, but today I'm going to be talking about Raw. It was a good episode of Raw. Nothing too crazy happened, but it was still a good episode of Raw. Go-home shows haven't really been go-home shows for a few years now, for several years now, so nothing extremely crazy happened, nothing new happened, but we did have a go-home show today, obviously. And yeah, I guess the first thing that I'm going to talk about, like one of the biggest main talking points, was Dom's promo, because it was really cool. Again, there were some good matches on the show, there were some good promos here and there, but nothing too crazy, nothing too, like, this is the least amount of notes I've had since I started covering Monday Night Raw, so that kind of goes to show there wasn't anything super crazy on this on this show. But let's get started talking immediately, because Dominic Mysterio cut a fire promo on tonight's show. So he started off in the ring. He was cutting a good promo in Spanish. He was going crazy with it. Everyone was just like, a lot of people who weren't speaking Spanish were just booing him and just like saying what and all that stuff. But then he starts speaking in English, and what he says is, what basically the gist of this promo is, what kind of father hits their son? What kind of father would do this? What kind of man hits their own son? And he's sitting there mocking Rey and disrespecting Rey and just being like, what kind of man would do this? What type of father hits their own son? And it is hilarious, because he has been mocking Rey for not hitting him for the last few weeks, for the last couple of months. He's been all over Rey, talking about hit me, and calling him a coward, making fun of him for walking away. And the moment that he finally gets hit, he immediately attacks Rey verbally and saying, what kind of man hits their own son? He even attacked his family. He basically said his whole family is trash. He said his mother's trash. He said his mother is a deadbeat mother, because what kind of mom sits around and watches her husband beat down on her son and does nothing about it? What kind of mom does that? Basically, he was trashing all over his family. And then one line, there was a crazy line. He looked directly into the camera and he's like, Dad, I've never said this out loud, but I wish Eddie was my real dad, and I wish you never existed. And the way he delivered the line, it was like he meant it. It was an incredible line. It was amazing. And he also said, my entire family is a disgrace to the Mysterio name, and that name will be mine at WrestleMania. So it was a fire promo from Dominik Mysterio. The whole reason for this promo was because Rey Mysterio and Damian Priest had a match tonight. Pretty good match. It ended up being a disqualification, though. Rey was just about to win. He hit the 619 onto Damian Priest, and then he was going for the splash, but Dominic came and got the disqualification. He started beating down on Rey, and then Rey and Damian started beating down on Rey to get Dom and Damian, the Judgment Day, started beating down on Rey together. They were beating down on him pretty badly. Legado del Fantasma came out. They saved Rey, Judgment Day flee. That was the end of that segment. And outside of that, like I said, there wasn't really a lot on this match. Becky Lynch, the Damage Control, Becky Lynch, Trish Stratus, and Lita, they had a good little back and forth promo. It's pretty cool, but it wasn't anything like super crazy. It was a really great match as well. There was Becky Lynch versus Io Sky, which was an amazing match as well. That was the first match on the show. Took about 20 minutes to get there, but it was still a really good match nonetheless. Chelsea Green and Sonya Deville ended up qualifying for the final spot in the Fatal 4-Way tag match at WrestleMania, the little showcase match for the women's side of things. We had a Gunther match. He destroyed Dolph Ziggler. It was amazing. He chopped Dolph Ziggler to hell, so that was cool to see. And then the main event of the night was probably pretty noteworthy as well. Cody versus Solo Sikoa. We've been building this match for a few days now. It was a good match. It was brutal. Solo and Cody were pretty evenly matched throughout. Cody maybe with a ever so slight advantage, but there was a lot of spots where a lot of periods throughout the match where Solo was dominating. He was beating down on Cody. He looked incredible. He hit some Uranagis to Cody onto the table. He kicked out of one crossroad. He kicked out of a Cody cutter. Cody actually ended up hitting a second Cody cutter, and before he went for the pin, Usos music hit for the distraction. On the distraction, Solo ended up getting the advantage off of that, and he's doing all that. He hits Cody with the super kick, but while the Usos are out there at ringside now because they're trying to distract Cody for the loss, Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn came out. The two start brawling. They brawl backstage, so the two probably got broken up backstage, or the four of them got broken up backstage. And Solo goes for a Samoan spike where all those teams are brawling. Solo goes for the Samoan spike. Cody countered it again with another crossroads, a second one, and he finally won off of the second crossroads. It was a good match. It wasn't anything spectacular, but it was a good match. Cody got beat down a lot. I think it's going to definitely reflect in his WrestleMania match, maybe, potentially. He didn't pick up any injuries or anything like that, thankfully, or any kayfabe injuries. Nothing like that happened, but it was just a standard match. It was a good match, and tonight was a decent episode of Monday Night Raw. For the go-home show, it would have been nice to see a little bit more, but it was still a good show nonetheless. There was good matches, good segments, good promos here and there. Overall, I would rate the show a 3 out of 5. It was a simple 3 out of 5 show. It could definitely have been better, especially for a go-home show, but like I've said, go-home shows just haven't really been the same. Way back then, when you had to sell a pay-per-view, go-home shows were always insane. When you absolutely had to sell a pay-per-view, the go-home shows would be crazy. They would put up all of the best that they could possibly put out because they wanted you to buy the pay-per-view a few days before the show started. Nowadays, everyone's already subscribed to Peacock. Everyone has their memberships, or if you're in the UK or anything like that, you already have the WWE Network. So they're no longer needing to sell the pay-per-view, so to speak. So instead of that, they're saving their wrestlers for later, with the exemption of Cody. Obviously, this man just went crazy today too, but yeah, they don't sell the go-home shows, don't hit the same, basically, is what I'm trying to say. But either way, it was still a really good show, really fine episode of Monday Night Raw. I enjoyed it, so let me know down in the comments below what you thought about this. But that's going to be the end of this review. Hope you guys did enjoy it. Let me know down in the comments below what was your favorite part of the show. What did you enjoy the most? Did you like the Dominik Mysterio promo? Because I really did. Let me know what you thought about the show as a whole, and let me know what you thought about this video as well. Leave a like if you did enjoy it. Subscribe to the channel below if you haven't already. I'll be back on Wednesday with my WrestleMania Night 1 and Night 2 predictions. I'll also be back on Friday with the Friday Night SmackDown review. I'll be here on Saturday on this channel. I'll be live streaming my live reactions to WrestleMania. After that, I'll be dropping my WrestleMania reactions review, and then on Sunday I'll be doing my WrestleMania reaction, or WrestleMania live reactions, and then the WrestleMania review as well. So a lot of content on this channel this week. It's going to be crazy. It's going to be exciting. I'm super excited for it, and I hope you guys tune in for all the fun. It's going to be a great time with all of you here. Hopefully I get to see some of you, some nice faces in the chat, and I'll see you guys then. Love you all. Catch you in the next video. See you on Wednesday. Peace.